excited to be in Hayesville. I feel this is a city I passed through a lot, but never have any real reason to stop. So this is a good, real reason to stop and continue stopping from time to time. We're here this evening to introduce the candidates of Hayesville to different people in that community, and as well as this community. The purpose of South Metro Democratic Women is, number one, to recruit women to run for office, qualified women to run for office, even though we don't endorse anybody. The second reason is we want to educate everybody in the community on the political process and why it is important that we vote local. So that's our theme this year. Vote local politics. Don't wait until the president runs. Vote on your city council, your mayor, and even your dog catcher if you have to vote for that. But it is important that we get our community, our residents involved in what's going on in the community. You would be surprised at the number of people with all of the signs in East Point and College Park and all over, and I'm asking, have you voted yet? Because early voting has started. I didn't know we were having an election. How could you not know? When you see all the political signs, that's the only time you see them when they come out and says elect, right? So that's, and we use this meet and greets and forums as an opportunity to educate the community. Number one, on who's running to speak for them and who's giving you what you want to hear and what you need for your particular situation. So we're going to give each candidate a 2 minutes to introduce themselves and just tell a little bit about what you want to do. And I will start off by introducing the candidates to our audience. This is Mr. John Stalvey, who's running at large. This is Mr. Mark Adams, who's running for Ward 1. And this is Mr. Josh Powell, Ward 1. And this is Ms. Chloe Alexander, who's running for Ward 2. Mr. Travis Hornsby is running at large. And Mr. Brandon is running at large.
Yes.
And Mr. Rod.
Ward 1.
Ward 1, okay, I'm sorry. Going
Sorry.
And Mr. Rod Mack, who's running at large. All right, these are our candidates, and of course we have another candidate who will come up later. This is Ms. Kim Schofield, who's running for House Representative for District 60, which will represent Hayesville. So we're going, anybody want to be first? Okay. Okay.
Good evening, my name is John Stalvey. Been a resident here in Hayesville for about 13 years now. Moved here from a small town in South Georgia. I run for office because I love this city. My wife and I have been here and we've been heavily involved in the community. And that involvement in the community has led me to want to help Hayesville not just survive but to strive. And I think that I have the heart for service in this community, and that I can help us to bridge a gap that it seems like has been formed between our citizens and our city government. Because of that, I look for your support.
Good afternoon, my name is Mark Adams. I'm running for City Council, Ward 1. Hayesville is a wonderful and dynamic place to live. Now more than ever, Hayesville needs an unwavering voice. A voice that advocates for safe neighborhoods, improvement of sidewalks, roadways, and drainage. a voice that loves our small town, but appreciates the beauty of developing a vibrant downtown core, a voice that develops a quality partnership between community and schools, a voice that highlights collaboration and accountability between its citizens and local government, a voice that speaks for Hapeville's environmental heritage and distinct community values while advancing economic pro-growth policies. I have had the privilege of living in Hapeville since 2011. Being a native Georgian, I moved to Atlanta to attend college. From a small South Georgia city similar to Hapeville, I earned a bachelor's degree of Bachelor of Science from Georgia State University, a Master's of Healthcare Administration and Master of Science from Georgia State University, and a doctorate degree from the Medical College of Georgia. Professional healthcare executive, an advanced practice clinician, and an adjunct clinical professor. I have the ability to carefully weigh the facts and make independent decisions for the entire community. I understand that working with others is what's necessary to find common ground and forge solutions. My training has taught me the essence of information gathering and being objective in order to find the best solutions. I believe that being balanced community representation that's not predicated upon narrow agendas or preconceived ideas is ubiquitous among all Hapeville citizens.
Time.
So my name is Josh Powell. I am your city council member. I'm the incumbent. So I just want to take a few minutes to talk about what we've done and where I want to keep going with this. During my tenure, we have reduced property taxes. We have installed security cameras, including license plate readers, to make our communities safer. You know, we got a $1.1 million ladder truck. The ladder truck that we had was a 1986 ladder truck. And, we couldn't keep putting our firefighters up on top of that thing. So we actually got that ladder truck at no residence expense. So we were able to get that ladder truck done. I want to keep promoting the city as the arts destination of Atlanta. Last night we had the film festival of the independent films. And I was talking to Charlotte Rance. And this is our 8th year doing that. We put almost on 50 showings of independent films in the last 8 years. This just shows that Hapeville has now become the arts destination of Atlanta. We have the gallery calls. We've done almost 12 to 15 gallery calls in the last 5 years. We've done pay raises for our employees. Our employees hadn't had a pay raise in almost 7 years. During my tenure, we did pay raises. I want to keep working on the walkability of our city, the beautification of our city, making sure that we still know our neighbors, making sure that we still know everything that's going on in the city, making sure that this is still Hapeville. Hapeville is that walkable community where you can know everybody. When you go walk downtown, you see people that you know. We have the Montessori school that just came. Education is one of the big issues in the city. The Montessori is huge that came here. It's going to allow us to have K through 5 education at the Montessori school for a reduced price. It is not that expensive, but it's a great education that they're getting there. I'm actually a school teacher. I'm a special ed teacher at an elementary school in Tucker. I want to keep working with Hapeville Elementary. I actually want to start moving. I want to move here. I've been trying to move here for about 4 or 5 years, but they just never had an opening for special ed, and I will not become a homeroom teacher. As Chloe can attest to, it's a completely different world when you're the homeroom teacher.
Time.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Chloe Alexander, and part of the reasons why I'm running are because as a person who's lived here for 9 years, I know what it kind of feels like to want to be involved, but not know how, not know who to go to, or perhaps to get involved and still not feel like you're a part of the community. And part of that, I feel like, is because of transparency and access to information. I know a lot of times they come to a place and they're afraid to ask a question because maybe it seems like they're not aware of what is happening, or maybe it makes them seem like they should be informed but they're not. I think you should feel free to ask questions. And also, just going to people and asking some of the questions I've had and then hearing their concerns, people who are more knowledgeable, I feel like there's easy solutions to some of the questions that are around transparency, especially this 2017. I feel like technology, kind of ramping up technology that the city could be adopting could alleviate a lot of the questions around transparency and also make it easier for people to access, people like me to access information when they have questions and want to become involved and want to know what's happening in the city. A couple of the other reasons that I'm running are because of my background. I'm from South Atlanta, use Cateville because, like someone said, drive through it all the time, go to Chick-fil-A and run errands at the post office and go to Delta Community because my parents did bank. And I just kind of love the city. And I have an education in fine arts, and then I went back, got a master's in education with concentration in mathematics. So two of the things that I see happening in the city are two things that I love and I'm very connected to. One is the arts. I am a math teacher, but I'm also an active artist. Actually has a photo display for the art club this weekend. Right now I'm also in exhibits in Vermont and Maryland. And so there's something that's not just something that I love, something that I actively participate in, something that I pursue as a vocation. And Josh is right. Cateville as a self-contained community is a home for the arts, but I don't think a lot of people know about it. And that's something that I want to promote. I want a lot of the established art communities in Atlanta.
My name is Travis Horsley. My wife and I moved to Hapeville about 4 years ago. Been sort of a default resident in town. My dad being a letter carrier here for the last 32 years. So for various reasons, I've been around town, but we decided to call it home 4 years ago. 7 of the things I wanted to focus on, I'll just go down the list. First is livability, which focused on mixed use, residential and business development, strategic areas around town. Potentially focusing on the external corridors towards I-75 and 85 and progressing towards downtown. We should support the T-SPLOS needs with guided oversight. A few concepts like pocket parks and maintaining our current parks so that the city becomes more family friendly. And creation of dog parks. I mean, it's these little small things that ultimately add up to make the city a more valuable and family-friendly place to live. In terms of public safety, I think we should increase our police department staffing. We're already in that projection, yet over the next few fiscal years we can continue to reinvest in our police department. As well, there's plenty of state and federal grants for retention of Hapeville firefighters, as well as bringing in more EMT. For the EMT, they've been requesting an ambulance for years. So I think we should start to focus on that. We should focus on capacity building for the city employees through online marketing management systems, openness and transparency, revamp our city website, do live streaming council meetings. In terms of economic development, we should invest time and energy into the K-12 area. I think my particular strong suite is in cost savings and budget area, and that's my time. So thank you for voting for me.
Oh, hey, I guess it's my turn.
Yes.
My name is Brendan Dalton, and I'm running for City Council Ward 1. And I guess I should just mention that I'm a lifelong Southern Crescent of the city of Atlanta resident. I grew up in Clayton County in Riverdale. I went to Woodward Academy, right in the neighborhood for first and second, and then 5 through 12, and so I've basically been around here all my life. Obviously, can count, how many times that I went to lunch at the Chick-fil-A with my parents after this event or that event. My wife and I moved here in 2004, early 2004, and for the most part, I didn't have any involvement in the city government until about 2015. 2008, I was selling wine, which was a perfect job for me, but I got laid off, and then I went to law school. And then when I got out of law school and I was studying for the bar, my wife said, hey, there's something going on down at City Hall regarding this Castle liquor permit. And so I went down there, and the things that were going on, I was wondering about, because, they went into closed session, and the Castle's liquor permit was under the name of a guy named Steve Bennett. And he'd never asked for a liquor permit before. He'd never received one. He'd never litigated anything against the city. And so I went and I asked Mike Murphy, I said, why'd you guys go into closed session? And he said, well, Steve Fincher told us to. And I said, I wonder why, because it doesn't seem to fit any exceptions. And that's all my time. Thank you.
My name is Rod Mack. I serve on the Hateville Board of Appeals. I graduated from Morehouse College. And Hateville has been in existence for 125 years or since 1876. I want to live in a city that looks like the citizens that it serves. That has never happened here. So, we love Hateville and the citizens who make it great. We share a common desire to improve the quality of life for citizens that knit Hateville closer together. A new economic agenda for our city government using digital technology. I believe that it takes more than technology facing city government challenges. I believe that we need a shared collaborative framework between citizens, Hateville city government that will target sustainability and inclusiveness, that will target benefits for all. By understanding, adapting, applying this principle model, Hateville can become a global knowledge for centuries to come. When Hateville does this, the city will become a better place to live, better equipped to manage challenges with more insight, precision, and transparency. I look forward to your vote in 2017 for the city of Hateville government. So let's unleash this vision and get started.
All right. Thank you. Now, we will now take questions from our audience. If anybody has a question for either of the candidates, this is the time to ask.
See, I'll ask you a question. And I want each and every one of y'all to answer this, if you would. First, let me just give you a reference. My husband was a councilman for 8 years for the city of Hateville. During probably the worst time it could ever be, it was in the red. 9/11 occurred and so forth. So I know what it takes to be a councilman, living in the household, and the dedication and the time spent. I have witnessed the last term and a half of the council, and I have found things to be very reasonable. What I would like to know from each of you, will you take your oath of office seriously? Will you be prepared for every agenda item and be prepared before you come there? Because it takes a lot of research, it takes a lot of time prior to coming to council meeting, so you can answer those questions. It's important that you're there for all the citizens of Hateville, not a few, but for the good of all. So that's one of my questions. The other is be prepared to approve minutes. Do not delay minutes, because as a federal employee, and I'm retired, I have gone, and my job was to audit entitlement cities, small cities. And that's one thing that, you have to do is approve minutes. But I would like to hear from y'all, if you will take that seriously. Will you review the agenda and the minutes and approve them respectively? And the other thing I have a little pet peeve is that I have noticed, term and a half, that council people, and there's no law about this, but council people take leave. And more leave than I think that they should. So they don't represent a percentage that I feel like is necessary to carry out your position. So, that's it. So, just, I'm a talker, and I'm really good, so.
So
Go
I
ahead.
want you to repeat that first question.
Well, just really, I think they got it, I'm looking at it. But anyway, firstly, just respect the oath of the office of your position, and you want to ask, you don't want to respond to that?
We got it.
So, you got it.
Mr. Max, he's speaking down in the end.
In the city of Hapeville, you know, there must be a clear vision between the citizens and city government. Often there's a leader, our Honorable Mayor Almond, who unilaterally makes decisions concerning hiring, salaries, and the direction of the city. I believe that, number one, all salary information should be public. And number two, who is accountable for any salary outcomes. And number three, I'm all for a forensic audit, because people keep talking about where's our money going? Where is it going? We don't know what we're
That's
doing.
not-
Okay, but that wasn't the question.
Yeah.
That,
What my question was, the first one, will you take the oath of office very seriously for the good and all of the citizens in the
Absolutely.
city of Hapeville?
Absolutely.
all right, Brandon?
Oh, hey, you know, obviously, the job of a legislator is to recommend and or evaluate legislation and to tell people why they support it or why they don't, and then to vote for it or not to vote for it. That is the job of a legislator. So will I do that job with a plum? Absolutely. I will do that job as vigorously as anybody ever. I will put every single thought that I have on these matters on social media, Nextdoor. I will put every single document that I get on Nextdoor. I will put every single document that I have up for public display. And we'll just have it as open a government as we possibly can. And we'll just roll forward with what is, you know, me and my family live here. My son has never known another address besides Hapeville. My son is a Hapeville Hornet baseball player who won 8-2 the other night in Tyrone. So the only thing I'm here for is to make a better community. And but the thing about that you're saying about being prepared, yes. I think that if you take a look at all the videotaped sessions over the last 2 years, you'll see how prepared the city council has been in the past.
Oh, no. Will we respect the oath of office and how you present yourself? Because,
Yeah,
we have a lot of business. We have become a jewel in the rough here in the city. And we need representation that is very professional. And it's for the all and the good of everyone. And I don't think that has happened in the last term and a half or 2 terms.
Well, I mean,
Okay, that's.
she made a follow-up question, so if I can just respond to it. Obviously, you know, I've made an oath to the Georgia State Bar to follow all their rules, and I've done so since I've been inducted into the Georgia State Bar. You know, and I make an oath, when I make an oath to, you know, tell the truth in court, I do so. And that's the same sort of oath you would be taking as a public servant. I am a servant and an officer of the court, so I think the answer is yes. Obviously, I take my oath of office seriously. Thank you.
I think with regards to taking the oath of office seriously, it's sort of, as you mentioned, sort of a trilateral mix of being diplomatic, having a certain decorum, but ultimately ethically following the code, charter, by its word. Somebody, when they decided to make the city of Hapeville back in the 1800s, probably had a vision for what they thought the city should be. That's ingrained in the charter, revisited in the 60s. And I think living and breathing that code is something that you should do. I mean, I get up every morning and brainstorming in the shower about April, so it's definitely something that feels in my blood. Specifically from an education perspective, I studied policy as an undergrad student. So legal, sort of education, legal as a Juris Doctorate, but I think I can bring that to the table. Prepared with every agenda item. I mean, I've talked to candidates where they're getting packets of 400 to 500 pages on a Friday, and they're expected to be educated on that on Tuesday. I will prepare myself to the degree that if I can see something coming down the road, I'll pre-educate myself before it even gets on the agenda. The expectation to read a novel over a weekend, I think should be expected in some sort of a degree, but generally maintaining a knowledge of the city and its functionings will help inform you in a 3-day period. If not prepared, I'm comfortable with saying, is everybody else at this table prepared? If not, let's move that to the next week. I think, as you were saying, it's important to be there for all. Specifically, when you're running at large, that's sort of the name of the game. So, council meeting the other night, they were mentioning board docs in terms of helping the minutes. I think there's some solutions that are about half the price with more functionality. So that can be helpful.
As far as taking your office seriously, I think that just running for office, you open yourself to a lot of scrutiny. And so to actually gain that office, I wouldn't take that anything less than, utmost seriousness. Just to be willing to put yourself out there, be able to communicate to people here, you have to say, and then those people in turn elect you. That's letting me know that they trust you and they're entrusting your wishes and the things that they have said to you and communicated to you, that you're going to follow through with them. And so that absolutely, I would take that seriously. And I think that any job I do, I take very seriously. And so this, not necessarily being something I choose for myself, but that some other people have to choose for me as well, just kind of makes it all that more important to me. As far as being prepared, that just kind of comes with my job in general as being an educator. And if I'm not prepared, if I'm not prepared to the T, and prepared for things that could happen, and having a backup plan, my day is a disaster. So I think that's kind of second nature to me. And to kind of echo what Travis said, I have no problem if I feel like something has been pushed to me, like everyone hates getting something pushed across their desk at work and saying I need an answer by 4 o'clock. If I feel like it's something that I can't be comfortably informed about, especially if I'm acting in the interest of other people, I have no problem saying I need more time. Because I feel like for myself, I like to be informed, and especially if I'm acting on something that could impact other people, I need to be thoroughly informed. Maybe I need to collaborate with other people who are more knowledgeable than I am, who can inform me on things before I make a decision. And I'm fine with standing up for something that's right, because I can't make an informed decision if I don't know all the ins and outs of them. And as far as the leave, I don't think the 2 council meetings alone is unreasonable to attend unless something comes up that is out of the ordinary or something that perhaps I can't get out of even without finding a solution to get out of it. I don't see a reason to take an extended leave outside of being ill myself or having an illness.
I think I can talk about this firsthand. Getting those council meetings minutes on Friday or the council of the agenda. I think Brendan made a comment at the last forum that he wished that the agenda would come out sooner. And I completely agree with Brendan. It coming out on Friday and it being 3, 4, 500 pages. These are legal heavy documents that are full of legalese, and it's not just an easy read. This is something that you have to dig deep into. And like Brendan said, like at the last forum, if I have a question on Saturday, well, I don't get the answer until Monday, maybe, most of the time, Tuesday. And then you have no real time to think about some of the big issues. And I've been known to table a lot of these questionable things. I don't have the information, so I do table some legislation. The minutes, looking at the minutes, sometimes, Jennifer works very hard to get those minutes out, but sometimes we don't get the minutes until 45 minutes before the meeting. When you have the minutes that are out that quickly, it's hard for you to read them. I try my best to read them. And then the time that it takes as a council member, it's a lot. 4 years, minimum 2 meetings a month. More than likely, 3, 4 meetings a month. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm proud to say that my attendance has been stellar. I believe I missed probably 3 meetings as my tenure on council. So I take this job very seriously. We've done some great things in the city, and we have great things coming. We just got to keep this momentum going. I think that's why I'm running, is to keep the momentum that we see going. So I hope I answered all the questions. Thank you.
Sure. So to answer the question, would I be prepared? The answer is emphatic yes. I think that we have an ethical obligation to the citizens of Hateville to show up and show out, basically, when we have an office that we take as well there, and it's a part of Hateville fabric. I think that it's imperative that we be prepared as meaningful as possible. If we're not prepared, then that's a disservice to the citizens here in Hateville. Because it's a paid position. And no matter if it's a part-time or full-time job, you should go in wholeheartedly, as Chloe stated earlier. That it's a part of my training, that regardless if it's a planned day or something comes up unexpectedly, I have to be prepared to address it and have a plan B per se. Also, I think that when it goes back to the lead thing, I think that we probably need to look at the charter and changing the language in it to see what's appropriate as far as how many times you can miss a meeting. I'm in other organizations and we have that in order for you to still be active and roll on the roll, that you have to be available for so many meetings during the year. If not, you're held accountable to that.
So your first question was oath of office. Yes, I'll take that very seriously. One of the first things before I decided to run was I sat down with my wife and I had a conversation with her about whether or not we were prepared to spend the time. And I say we because this affects her too. And any oath I take very seriously. So far in my life, I've only taken one, and that was to be truthful to her. And but I take anything I say as an oath very seriously. I believe that not only if I win the election, not only even if I don't win the election, not only would I represent the citizens of Hateville,